Alright guys, today we're going to be doing a quick little video on how to navigate through your Google Classroom and also how to navigate through IXL, which is where you're going to be doing your assignments. So first of all, once you're in your Google Classroom, your screen's going to look very much like this. Over here on the left hand side, you'll notice any assignments that you got coming up, and you'll also see that same assignment right over here. It'll be posted. So if I go ahead and click on that assignment, now your screen is going to look a little different. Mine is a teacher account. Yours is going to be a student account, so you should see some instructions. So for this particular assignment, it says here you're going to be identifying linear functions from graphs and equations. So the instructions here say that you're going to be watching a YouTube video, which I'll be posting. Right now there's not one posted, but you will have some posted later on. Once you get through with that video, you'll also do a IXL assignment, which is titled Identify Linear Functions from Graphs and Equations, and I'll provide you a link to that assignment, and that'll be right over here, and I'll get to that assignment here in a second. You do want to make sure that you do log in with your username and password once you get there, otherwise the grade that you get won't be logged in. So you want to make sure that you do log in once you get there, and I'll show you how to do that here in a second. Also notice here that I'll also have some desk help hours, which right now they'll be posted as from 10 to 11. And if you need to ask me something very specific or you want to meet face to face, all you got to do is click on this link over here titled Class Video Meeting. Once you click here, you can go ahead and click Join Now. And once you join now, you'll go ahead and meet with me one-on-one, face-to-face if you need to. We also have the ability that we can go ahead and shut that camera off, and if we just need to talk, we can also just talk. So that's there available if you need it. Now if it's just a general question that you have for me, you can also post that right here where it says Add Class Comments. Just do keep in mind that anything you post here will be accessible to everybody in the classroom. Okay, so just be careful what you put here. One other thing I want to point out here in this screen is up here at the top. It does say 70 points, and I'll explain what that is here in a second. Alright, so let's go ahead and go into IXL, which is where you're going to be doing your assignments. Okay, so if I click right here, it'll take me directly to the assignment that we're going to be working on. Now, like I said, before you jump right into the assignment, you do want to make sure that up here at the top that you are signing in with your username and your password. And I'll be emailing those out pretty soon. Okay, so just check your email. You'll get a username and password through your email. Alright, so I went ahead and created a dummy account just so that we can kind of walk through this, and that is Jane0173, and you'll have a password, and then you'll go ahead and log in. Alright, now you'll know you're logged in if you see your name up here at the top. If you don't see your name up at the top, you're not logged in, and your grade won't count. So make sure you do see your name up here at the top. Alright, a couple of things I want to point out once you're here in IXL is right up here at the top, if you forgot how to do this particular lesson, you can go ahead and look at an example. It'll kind of walk you through it. So right here it tells us that a function whose graph is a straight line is considered a linear function. And then a graph of a nonlinear function is basically anything that's not a straight line. So it's just giving you a quick example here. Alright, so now I'm ready to start the assignment. So all I'm doing is identifying whether this is linear or not. And since this one is not a straight line, this is nonlinear. So I'm going to go ahead and select nonlinear. And then I'm going to go ahead and submit my answer. Notice it'll tell me if I did it correctly. And if I did it correctly, you'll see your score go up. I just got 10 points for answering that question correctly. And I can also see that I've answered one question. I can also see that at this point I have spent 1 minute and 5 seconds on this particular assignment. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and answer the next question here. Since this is a straight line, I can see that this is a linear function, therefore I'm going to go ahead and select linear. I'm going to go ahead and submit my answer. And once again, notice my score just went up. Now I've answered 2 questions, and you can see that I've spent 1 minute and about 30 seconds on this assignment. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and answer another question here. They're asking if this is linear or nonlinear. This is the equation y equals mx plus b, so this is definitely linear, so I'm going to go ahead and select linear and submit. And again, once again, notice that we have a score that jumps up. I'm now in question 3, and I'm now at about 2 minutes on this assignment. Now I do want to show you what's going to happen if you miss a question. So if you look at this graph, you can clearly see that this is not a straight line, therefore the answer should be nonlinear. But I'm going to go ahead and select the wrong answer, linear, so you can see what happens here. Again, notice my score right now is 28. Okay, notice that I did get it wrong, and my score just went down. Okay, so anytime you miss a question, your score is going to go down. They're going to take a couple of points off. But if you'll notice, they're also going to give you an explanation on what the correct answer should have been, and they'll also give you some reminders here. Again, there's those same notes. A linear function has to be a straight line. Nonlinear functions are straight line. Basically, any function that's not a straight line. Okay, got it. And then you just continue going on through the assignments. Now, again, your SMART score. This is the one you want to keep an eye on. Remember earlier I said over here in your Google Classroom, this right here is telling you what your score needs to be. So at this point, I'm asking you to go to at least 70 points, or a SMART score of 70. So once you get to a 70, you can stop, or if you want to go ahead and keep on going, you're more than welcome to do that as well. But in this particular case, this particular assignment was only asking you to go to a 70. Now some assignments I'll ask you to go to 80. Some assignments I may ask you to go to 90. Some assignments I may ask you to go all the way to a 100. And it just depends on how difficult the assignment is. Okay. So again, this one I'm only asking you to go to a 70. Now another thing you want to keep in mind is, let's say you run out of time, you gotta go. If you log off, that's fine. Your score is saved. You're not gonna lose it. Once you get logged back in, you're gonna pick up right where you left off. So if you left off at 25, when you log back in, it'll start you off right at 25, and then you can go ahead and continue answering questions. And then again, your score is going to go up or down depending on if you're answering correctly or incorrectly. All right. So again, that's just a quick little rundown of how you're going to be using your Google Classroom and IXL. If you got any questions, comments, go ahead and leave those in Google Classroom, and I'll try and answer as many as I can. All right.